deep square leg.
This is very good running. Oh, this is the direct hit as well. And this will have to be referred upstairs. Made it. They were slow to get onto the ball in the outfield, but a direct hit always gets everyone interested. This is going to be a very interesting call.
Three fielders in the deep on the leg side and very slow to get to this one. Should be in by quite a margin. Just needed to attack that ball a bit harder, and you could hear a loud call of throw. Get that ball into the keeper. Not out it is.
You can sense a lot of support for the boys in yellow. So the Russian Royals come with their fair bit of army and entourage over here. The fans are on their feet, waving flags, banners and scarves. And it's a rainbow of loyalty and devotion for both the teams. That's what NPL Season 1 has been all about. Yeah, with the left-handed batter, the left-arm spinner, there's a deep mid-wicket and a deep square leg. You can sense Zaid will fancy his chances. Nicely bowled.
Exceptionally bold. Saw Zaid coming down the track, fired it in. Bowled him. Such a level of confidence that man brings to his side. Defender Singh Irie.
Sweeps. This deep square leg, he'll get a single.
More attacking this time. Sherwell in the deep. Picks up and gets the throw in. Nice quick. Remember, the Royals are quick between the wickets. The standards are set by their captain, Defender Singh Irie. You fumble, they'll take the extra. You're slow on the ball, they'll take the extra.
You can sense the energy and the urgency here today for the Royals. Trying to make every ball count. Smartly done. To give respect to the ball of the team in sublime form. This is a very fine over and a good start for Rajbanshi. Only 4 coming off it. No loss after 3.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine on the beat. Residential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure. Legends rise through greatness and deep with their actions. From the timeless legacy to inspiring the nation, legends choose the ball. Jonathan Bowles, support for them as well. Two of the best sides, formidable sides, tabletoppers in the league stage, and quite fittingly in the finals as well.
कैमरा तो चला हुआ है वहाँ चलते है तो बंद कर अभी तक काम
Excellent start to Josh Tucker's over. He's gone for 17. That first over very expensive, but he's bowling to Zaid this time. Good reps.
And it's a change of wings for Tucker, and now he's bowling to the longer side of the boundary as well as the right-handed batter. Maybe that would have also prompted the captain to bring him from the far range, and that's a good move. And the last part of the second over has been to the left-handed batter, helping him gain confidence as well. This is nicely bowled. Yeah. Just a bit of frustration creeping in here for Zaid.
And Just outside the line this time. Going at a bit of a slow strike rate, 9 off 14, and you sense that something's going to get this delivery. Surely can be made.
Bisa apa kau nak?
Just when things are running away from their grasp.
Crystal Palace, delight dairy by Freddy. Our hurricane delightful. Hero number, direct choice. Apply one body number, 100 heroes.
For a complete
Of TCM and Mr. Rahul Agarwal, the director of Siddhartha Bank. A big shout out to both these gentlemen for bringing about a special outing in FPL Season 1. Mr. Lokesh Sharma, sipping on some water, MD of TCM. Wonderful to have you as well, sir. Very good afternoon. Wow, heavyweights and great work by TCM. I tell you what, they put across a carnival, a festival in the Himalayas, and we've seen some amazing work done by the TCM team all through.
Well, the dots are continuing to pile on here. It's the 7th dot in a row now. It's been 19 deliveries since the last boundary. The Bolts are just starting to pull this back.
Yeah, you don't want to offer too much room. You don't want the ball too full, because both these batters are already in top gear walking into bat.
That's exactly what Lala Rajvanshi is doing, allowing for no room now and kicking sharply to the right-hander.
Yeah, just go in with the arm. Bowl it flatter, bowl it quicker. Now you can see we've seen 9 dot deliveries.
Surely you just sense a release shot coming here. And a leader find the boundary will find the hands of a fielder.
Ano mo? Ako marami mali ya.
The time since the last boundary, 22 deliveries. We've seen 10 dot deliveries in a row between Thakur and Lalit Rajvanshi. What a comeback here by the bowls. This looks an even contest. What a comeback here by the bowls. This looks an even contest. Wow.
Momentum's a funny thing, isn't it? When it's going your way, you find those runs very easily, and then all of a sudden you have one quiet over and that momentum's lost. The last delivery. We've not seen a run come in all of the last over. And then now 5 deliveries in this one.
Wow, we've seen 2 maidens in a row. It was 28 after 2, it's 32 after 5. This has been a spectacular comeback by the bowls. It's 32 for no loss.
On Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From the timeless
Much more like it. After 12 balls, there's not a single run. Suddenly, the Royals get going again. Flying start, 28 off 2. All of a sudden, it was 32 off 5 as I welcome HD Ackerman.
Gee, they played those last 2 overs poorly. This is better. Long batting lineup. Got to take some risks inside this power play.
Just enough. Over the offside, Mahatso was right on the edge of the circle. But Zabe hits with the spin this time and makes it back-to-back boundaries.
Lovely shot, wasn't it? Little use of the feet, not quite at the pitch, but doesn't force it, just times it.
This won't be a boundary, but will be at least a single, won't be a couple. I haven't even had time to catch my breath yet. HT, how are you? Very good afternoon to you.
Afternoon, Lenny, and afternoon to all those who have tuned in to the broadcast. It's been quite amazing. Got off to an absolute flyer and then 2 poor overs with the bat. Granted, well bowled by Harsh Thakur and in particular Rajbanshi, but I thought that 2 Royals openers, they got caught up looking in one particular area, and when it wasn't there, then they couldn't score.
Yeah, so much of a day like today comes down to who holds their nerve, who plays the rather unbelievable atmosphere better, who handles the pressure. I'll get a couple here. Good running. You know how many times I've been here, HT, but I can't really, well, certainly for any domestic cricket, remember anything like this. The number of requests for passes, for tickets, the appetite for people to try and get here and experience it with their families, with their kids. Quite remarkable. Because that'll be 4 more, the third of the over. Thakur maybe being asked to bowl 1 too many in the power play.
This is clever. This is very clever by Vinod Bandari. Understands where the field is. There's a man at square leg, just in front of square. He knows if he can beat that man at short fine leg, he'll have 4.
This time goes finer because the man has come square. Doesn't quite get it as to how he would like, so only gets a single. Ends the power play. It belongs to the Royals. The score is 48 for none.
अब संसारको जुनसुकै ठाउँबाट
आयामी गरेको पैसा सजिलै प्राप्त गरौँ डाइरेक्ट आइडीको सुपर वालेटमा
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजो
जहाँ पनि रम्फम छँदैछ नि रम्फम छँदैछ नि
DHI happier home छुट्टै छ है
After a flying start, then some diminishing returns. 2 maiden overs, no mistake in our graphics there. Overs 4 and 5, 12 consecutive dots. And then a return to good runs. As umpire Rashid Riaz says, that's the end of the first power play, so into the rest of the innings now. 5 fielders allowed outside the circle, and immediately Asif Sheikh, standing captain, will take all 5 of them, and he'll turn to Kishore Mahato, who's had a really good start to the tournament, 11 wickets in total. Has just proved a little expensive in the last couple of games. Won't get the second this time. Same score, believe it or not, HT. I know they were chasing in that qualifier 1, but exactly 48 for none in the power play, the Royals.
Maybe that's what they were doing in overs 4 and 5. They decided, well, we want to be in a similar position to what we were in the qualifier, because we won. Just talking about those spectators, the fans, there's some landlords with buildings outside of this ground that could make some serious money in renting out space.
Unbelievable, truly unbelievable. Wouldn't be surprised if a few of those advertising hoardings were kind of brought down. 50's up. It's a trademark of any big occasion. I mentioned March 16th of this year. I mentioned May 1st and May 2nd, not just the first day, but then the reserve day after the rain. They will be anywhere, any vantage point will do. That is outside the ground.
I can't help giggle at that. That's unbelievable.
Good news is they're not up in the trees. They're on stable ground. It's the way the hills carve into the Tribhuvan University campus. It was really, I can only describe it as ludicrous the last 48 hours, H. Not many people have my number here in Nepal, and I was still getting spammed. Anyone who has a local number, I can only imagine what it was like for Paris Kadka. Requests for tickets, for passes. Gets it a good way in front to square and will get 4. Don't think it's gone all the way. I think it's one bounce. It's a stylish pull stroke from a very stylish cricketer, safe save.
Just going to have a little look-see here to see if it's gone all the way. Now, I think that safe save for me has been one of the surprise packages. That's going to be 4. In that he's been really good with him with the ball, played a beautiful innings of 90 earlier on in the competition. One of the names that you see around the world in the various franchise leagues, but I think this might put him up in headlights.
It's a good decision for me. He stepped inside the line of the ball. That would have clattered into his shoulder if not. Have to give the bowlers some leeway.
A little bit surprised with Kishore finds himself bowling. I have to, in that he's been really good with the new ball. Again, let me refer to the early stage of the tournament when the bolts were quite exceptional.
Goes to the block hole. Good diving stop from Mohammad Mohsin. He'll have a big role to play with his 4 overs. Royals 55 for none.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#. अब संसारको जुनसुकै ठाउँबाट
आयामी गरेको पैसा सजिलै प्राप्त गरौँ टेलिकम मिटिङको सुपर वालेटमा।
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
The Bible, Asli Energy, Asli
Venue is probably about another 8 to 10,000 just outside the venue. Have got some kind of a vantage point, but they could have sold this out 5, 6, 7 times over. And quite simply, for a first season of a league, I've never seen the like of it.
Well, a quite staggering statistic is one that, didn't it take something like less than a minute for it to sell out?
400 VIP seats that hadn't been sold yet, which were I think the 800 rupee ones, rather than the basic 300 rupee tickets. As Sharmal is going to come in.
Unbelievable.
The attack. They released them and they sold in under a minute. Unbelievable. And yeah, that was just by freeing up another section that during the double header games they couldn't use because of the PMOA access that was required. No one at short fine leg, so it's a very safe shot for at least one. Bandari thinks of the second, but rightly sends safe save back. You add to that the fact that there's millions, and I mean millions, watching here in Nepal, and then millions down in India too. An extraordinary success. I met a family who've flown from Australia just before the start of play. Dozens, in fact hundreds, who've come from Janakpur and Sudar Pashim, many on overnight buses. It's just so brilliant to see the sport that you and I love thriving like this in a country that I've always loved, and I think you now love too, HD.
I think it's captured everyone's hearts, to be honest, Lenny. I think as many, me included, who arrived here and really had no idea what we were coming to. Yeah, just on the grill, so they'll have to go through some protocols, some concussion protocols before play can continue. Won't take too long.
Always good to follow protocols. First doing their job.
Always good to follow protocols, umpires doing their job.
discussion would have been between the two of them. Look, we can both look to put the foot down because
A lot of batting to come here, HD. What's the approach for these two now they've got through the power play?
well, I think that the discussion would have been between the two of them. Look, we can both look to put the foot down now because if one gets out, new batter comes in, yes, but because we're both in, we can afford to be more aggressive. With two in batters, the last thing you want is dot balls. We're running again.
Well, I think if the safe Zabe hadn't run through the crease there might have been a third. It was a strange game, wasn't it? The virtual semi-final between the Bolts and the Yaks. I don't think either side played well, and some Bolts fans may be upset with me because they'll say, hold on, we won the game, but there were so many errors, too many errors from both sides. Great innovation. It's the full switch hit, completely changes his stance. Not the power switch hit, but gets enough of it to get 4 more.
The perfect start here for the Royals. Both batters looking to get on with it. He's an all-round player, isn't he? He scores. We've seen him go down the ground. We've seen him go over mid-on. We've seen him go over extra cover. He's swept well. Now he's got the reverse sweep. He's got the game.
As a consequence, the fields had to change. It brought another man across. So it's now a 5-4 offside field. 2 behind square on the offside. Doesn't stop them repeating the shot. But the gap has been plugged. Good captaincy.
Yeah, and that's probably where I question the decision to play that stroke, because now there's 2 men behind point on that offside. So he could go the other way if he wants to.
Instead he goes down the ground. Long on is out there. Can he get underneath it? Oh no, he can't. He settled himself. It went miles to the heavens. One of the highest Siddhartha Bank sixes that we've seen. It's 68 for none.
बाजूपन सम्बन्धी कुनै पनि हार्दिक IVF and fertility.
तर यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसले हातको शक्तिशाली हो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas pumps your way of quality living.
Join us and the ranks of thousands of successful students who have unlocked their full potential by pursuing their education overseas. Right Path Career Counseling.
They beat the Janakpur Bolts, they're great rivals in the playoff stages as well as the groups. They've only lost 1 game all tournament and they're looking very good, having won the toss and decided to bat first. Look how high this goes, HD. Monstrous 6.
Altitude. It's a much better choice of stroke. I thought he had played the reverse sweep and had got the field change that he wanted, then to go down the ground. Here's a critical spell. This is a clever bowler. Mohamed Mohsin. Wonderful economy rate.
They are brilliant numbers. If you're offered a bowler in T20 cricketers, they'll run well comfortably for 2. The Bolts look a little rattled out there. If you're offered a wrist spinner or a finger spinner who will go at less than a run a ball and take a wicket every game, he's one of your first names on the team sheet.
Those numbers barely exist anymore in T20 cricket. I think even if you're under 8s, you're considered exceptional. The man that's wearing yellow today. That was an opportunity.
And again, I have to question, why does Asif Sheikh not have the gloves on? I've said it for the majority of the tournament. I think in 2 of the games he took them. Here we are. I just wonder, was it an edge? I was certain it was at first. It's the googly, it's brilliantly bowled. Maybe not.
No, I don't think so. I think Mohamed Mohsen thought it had bowled him, gone over the top of the stumps and hit the fingertips of Malanta.
It was kind of two noises though. I think just purely maybe because the bat is come so close to the keeper's gloves. By the way, it was a tardy piece of glove work. It's given as byes, so the umpire didn't think there was an edge either.
Just going back to those numbers, I mentioned another man in yellow, Harmeet Singh, who's going to play a critical part today, particularly you would think against Jimmy Neesham. Left arm spin against the left-hander. Great shot. That is a great shot. I'm really struggling to complete my story here, but he's got an economy rate of under 4. What about this for a stroke?
Yeah, superb. And if you want an exhibition and a demonstration as to A, how to play straight, and B, why it's the best part of the ground to target. That is it. Now he goes over his shoulder. Ah, this is quite brilliant from Saif Zaid. It's not quite going to be back-to-back boundaries, but it will be 3 more to the total. As Malanta could have taken the stumps off. His teammates need to give him a shout. I don't think they can hear each other out there. Such is the cacophony of noise. We will have a check on the boundary, but I think it was clean.
Easy. No problem. Having a look at the boundary, but... Yep. No, not a boundary. Into the 9th. 80 without loss.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी ब्रान्डको असली नै रोज
DHI happier home छुट्टै छ है
Not just in going past Zay, but maybe even top spots.
Is there a way back into this game here for the
Jimmy Neesham returns to the attack. Powdell played the least number of games of everyone there. Was with him last night. He's going to be here today, the national team captain. And
There is plenty of champagne as well. So these two can play with all the freedom in the world.
Oh, this is hammered. But hammered into the grandstand for 6.
Hammered into the grandstand for 6. What a way to bring up your 50. It comes up 33 deliveries. 5 4s, 2 6s. And on the grandest stage that there is, this has been a quite brilliant innings from the Englishman.
Big players score big runs in the biggest of matches. He is an overseas. He's 1 of 4. He's doing the job here today.
4 more. Everything must go already as early as the 10th over. Neesham is not happy out there. Roaring directions at where the fielders need to go. The Bolts in danger of losing their minds here.
Well, the problem that the Bolts have, though, is that both players are able to hit the ball to all 4 corners of the ground. They're just struggling to restrict them to a particular area. You drop it short, he pulls you, you pitch it up, he laps you, or he goes down the wicket and hits you down the ground. This is a sensational partnership led by the left-hander.
Look at the
platform the Royals have built here.
platform the Royals have built here. Nobody's crossed 200 in the comp. Don't want to put a hex on it or anything, but the platform they have, they may almost be disappointed if they don't get to the 200 marker.
Yeah, surely. Yeah, the Kings, who we could argue didn't have the best of tournaments, they have the highest total. It's amazing, isn't it? The highest total going to a side that doesn't make it through, the most amount of runs at one stage when it was with a batter who hadn't gone through. But this has been an exhibition from these two. They are entertaining the masses.
Doherty now, because Zabe seems to have switched gears quite significantly. The last 5 overs have gone for 60. He's happy to nudge it around and say, Zabe, keep doing what you're doing.
Just bear in mind here that they've actually scored 92 in 7.5 overs. Because there were 2 maidens that just extraordinarily cropped up inside the power play. Lovely bit of bowling by Thacker and Rashbansi, but the rest have gone the distance.
Well, it's the final winner of the Happy Dent Sparkling Smile fan of the match. Well done, madam. Very, very well deserved. We've said it a few times throughout this tournament, HT. One of the most transformational aspects of the fans that we've had in. We have seen kids, we've seen women, we've seen families. 6-7 years ago, it was really too dominated by men, and it's lovely to see every single person and part of Nepal enjoying their cricket. Congratulations to you. Hamper on its way. He's changed gears all right. Zabe is flying, and Nisham, the double teapot is out. He doesn't know where to turn. It's the halfway stage. It's time for the players to have a drink, and you can argue the Bolts will need it a lot more than the Royals. It's 97 for none.
Curiosity dark, you निकाल्न easy. Surf Excel Easy Wash यसको 10 हातको शक्तिशाली स्ट्रोक यसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ. Surf Excel Easy Wash.
शिक्षा र खेलकुदका माध्यमले विश्व मानचित्रमा चिनिँदैछ मेरो सिटी अफ क्रिकेट धनगढी अनि यो सहर चिनाउन अगुवाई गर्ने मेरो कलेज मेरो एसपीए कलेज मेरो गौरव.
Freshness that bonds.
बनाउँछ भित्रैबाट
Insta for a complete solar water heaters, water purifiers. Choose the gas shops that possess your way of quality living. Insta for a complete home.
Delightful. DHI happier home. Today sahi.
Legends rise to greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
बाजूपन सम्बन्धी कुनै पनि समस्या समाधानका लागि सम्झनुहोस् हार्दिक IVF.
Fitting for the Nepal Premier League. And my goodness, have they come out in numbers today? The Royals fans will be happy. 97 for none at the halfway point. And this has been an exceptional half century from Saif Zabe. Part of 7 fours and 2 sixes. He started a bit slow, but once he got going, there was absolutely no stopping him. Bang, as often as he could. And he has played all around the park, regardless of the bowler that he's faced. Took Jimmy Nisham down the ground a couple of times as well. An incredible half century, and what a time to get it in the finals.
Oh yes, the boys in yellow have been on a leather hunt. Awesome to continue.
No respite if you're a bowler, because that ball is going the distance today, and that one's out of here as well. Vinod Bhandari has been quiet for a while, but he started to wield that willow like a magic wand now.
Oh wow, he has absolutely smashed it. Passes the 100 mark. And another Siddhartha Bank maximum down on one knee. And my God, has he put that a long distance away. Where's the wicket coming from? They've got to try and bring it somewhere here for the Bulls. They're very quickly getting out of this contest.
What a toss to win here for the Royals. 10 wickets in hand. 100 up on the board in the 10th over. And you just feel that the Bulls are a little jaded. They've played a lot of cricket in the last couple of days. Take a look at those 50s as well. The second one coming in 23 deliveries. Remember, they had 2 maidens as well within the first 5 overs.
Well, those 2 maidens seem to be the only highlight for the Bolts in this entire 10.2 overs. It's been smashed down the ground. And it's a 1 bounce for Jimmy Neesham. Had no chance on that one. It was traveling. They're making very easy work of this, the Royals.
It goes to show how good a surface as well. Backed himself, gave the charge, presented the full face of the bat. A bit of inside-out cricket over here. Wide of the fielder at long off. 1 bounce towards Hamrojit. Careful, Jeet. It's raining runs. We've seen 9 4s, 5 6s already within the first 11 overs. And why would you want to do that, Manali?
Well, you're batting so well, and then you try to bring out the switcher. We see this so often. Batters are going well, they're striking the ball down the ground, and then they pull out that shot, and they're gone. What a partnership this is turning out to be. 109 now. It's the largest partnership for the Royals. And this is, what a time they've brought this out. In the finals, you couldn't have asked for a better way to start the finals.
You have to save your best for the last, they say. What an occasion to come good as an opening batting pair. Look at that partnership, 10 wickets in hand. And what I've really liked about Vinod Bhandari is today, he's brought in so much of maturity in this innings of his senior pro, playing like one as well. 13 coming off this over. It's 110 for 11.
नयाँ पुस्ताका सपनाहरू थाहै नपाइकन आफ्ना सपनाहरू बनिसकेका हुन्छन्। ती सपनाहरूलाई पुरा गर्नुस्, खुलेर जिउनुस्। सानीमा रिलायन्स लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्स, खुलेर जियौँ।
परियोजना दाग यो निकाल्न इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यसको यसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश
solar water heaters, water purifiers, chillers, the gas off vehicles, your way of quality living.
After the Royals won the toss and decided to bat first, and both Zeb and Vinod have been on a leather hunt. Yes, it's been a wonderful start, wonderful event, and we're all set to have a listen to a wonderful conversation as well. That's because Andrew Leonard is with the man of the moment, the Secretary of CAN, Paras Khatka.
Certainly am, Mikhail. Thank you so much. The Secretary of the Cricket Association of Nepal, Paras Khatka. Paras, it's probably going to be hard for you. Some of your emotions, you must be incredibly proud.
I mean, it's just been unbelievable. Just look at the crowd today. We've had hundreds of calls since yesterday from all of the bureaucracy to the owners to, I mean, the ministers to corporate people. The whole country wants to get inside. You can see the crowd inside. I mean, hopefully we'll use this to, get right perspectives in place in terms of the fact that Nepal now needs a proper cricket stadium. It's so difficult for us to manage everything right now. But having said that, the most important part here is that Nepal cricket's won. I think this tournament has somehow put us on a global scale where for a franchise cricket with limited resources at our end, we have managed to make a mark.
Yeah, there's no doubt in terms of as a first season, it could not have been more successful. I think if anything, you're under-exaggerating. It was thousands of people making those requests. I've got a stat for you. There's only one other league in the history of franchise cricket that has a one-run win, a one-wicket win, and a super over in its first season. That was the IPL. There are some shades, aren't there, of what went on south of the border in its first year here in Nepal.
Our biggest...
This could be a chance. I'm just going to cut you off, Paras. As long off comes in. and drops the catch. Big moment in the match. Safe save. Put down on 64. Coming back to you, Paris. Go on.
No, I mean, see, it all comes down to the kind of ideas and dreams we put up in place. I think Cricket Association of Nepal, along with the governing council and everybody behind the scene. There's been so much of hard work. Even for me, we're on the final day. I've hardly had time to watch a cricket match because you just have to take care of everybody around it. But everyone's put in a lot of effort, and I mean, comparisons are fine, but we're a young cricketing nation with big dreams. So all of these things will take place as long as the cricket is taken care of.
Ball coming down towards us. Jimmy Neesham does the fielding. You must be so proud of something that we've seen here before, these massive crowds, the fanaticism for cricket, but that's always been for the national team. You think of March 16th, May 1st, May 2nd last year. This is for domestic cricket here in Nepal. Did you truly believe it could be this successful?
It has gone beyond our expectations, honestly, and also the love for the game. I can proudly say that now cricket has reached the grassroots in terms of viewership and ownership. Each region is being represented. Everyone's in it for their own team. That's the kind of support that
hammered away. Fielder out there, not quite going to get there. There's something happening every ball here, Paris.
See now, I mean, it's 11.4, and with 10 wickets in hand, you expect fireworks every single ball. See, the kind of reception that the people have taken up to this league and to the ownership of the teams has been simply phenomenal. And hopefully, with the kind of expectations that we have been able to generate from year one, in the coming years with a better infrastructure stadium, maybe cricket under floodlights, I'm speechless.
Can I ask you about the years to come? I know you can't even really probably think about that just yet, but maybe not just here in Kathmandu. Is there a future where the Nepal Premier League expands outside of the valley?
Absolutely. There have been a lot of investments that are coming in various places inside the country. In 3-4 years, we could go do a home and away matches between. We may not have 8 grounds and stadiums straight away, but even if it comes down to 3 or 4 stadiums come 3rd, 4th year, it'll set a benchmark for what cricket is and what sport can do to a country. And we can see for a fact that the country is united by one sport, everybody under an umbrella. And Cricket Association Nepal is trying its best to, decentralize the sport. So I hope in the coming years we can go all over the country.
Hammered down to long on, taken. The first wicket finally falls. Safe save's gone for 69. Up to the commentary box.
Here finally a break here for the Janakpur Poles, and Zeb after a very fine innings departs as Kishore Mahato strikes. Much needed wicket here for the Poles. They've been playing catch up, they've been on the back foot, they've been quiet.
Much needed is an understatement here. Finally a catch is held on. He was trying to go down the ground, didn't have the distance this time, and this is a well-judged catch, well taken by Lalit Rajavanshi. The first one finally falls. It's Saif Ali Zaid gone for 69 off 43, and the Royals are 117 for 1. We're going to go right back.
Can't wait, won't wait. Something's dark fantasy.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी Red Bull असली नै रोज्नु
Yoko solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas pumps, your way of quality living.
DHI happier home. Today sahi.
Which I would say the biggest win that we have come out of this tournament. Moving forward, like I said, sports is entertainment. Nepal cricket over the last 25 years that I have been involved with as a cricketer and now as an administrator, there's so much that we need to give back to our fans. The fans have been our biggest stakeholders with infrastructure being built, with better investments coming in, I feel this sport will ignite a big economic industry, which is going to help a young Nepali dream of achieving the impossible. And also, most importantly, the most important factor is that cricket and sports can now become a viable industry where the youths can get into it and earn a livelihood for themselves. And it's not just the cricketers, it's the whole ecosystem of caterers to advertisement businesses to volunteers to social media to everybody involved in this ecosystem.
Lalit Rajbanshi back into the attack here. There's no doubt that this country is starting to really realise its potential, and this Nepal Premier League and the exploits of the national teams, the cricketers are really doing that. We haven't spoken much about the cricket because there's so much to making the league happen. What about the cricket on the field, particularly the Nepal players? There's been some real standouts, the likes of Rohit Paudel, Rijan Daka. We see Lalit Rajbanshi, the joint leading wicket taker. He must be really proud. I haven't even mentioned Dipendra Singh Arya as to how the local players are performing against some of the best in the world.
See, this is the platform that a cricketer yearns for. Some of our cricketers have really set a benchmark, like Captain Rohit Paudel, Dipendra Singh Arya, even youngsters like Bipin Sharma, who's come through the ranks. And now you can see that with a platform like this, the talent will then get the potential platform to express themselves. I have always believed the fact that there are more talented. The most important thing is cricket has become a household name. Cricket is a winner, and for all of our cricketers who played this tournament, the ultimate dream is to go on to represent Nepal and make sure Nepal wins every tournament we play. The benchmark's been set. Hopefully we can keep up the momentum and keep building up from here.
Just a quick final question. You talk about those halcyon days, March 16th last year, a day that anyone who is here will never forget. No one's going to forget today, are they? But what are you proudest of across the whole event?
I think it's just been tremendous work from everybody involved, the whole cricketing fraternity who's part of Nepal.
Holden, we have a second wicket, and Paris, we're going to thank you, wish you well, and go back upstairs to the commentary box.
Yeah, good passage of play here for the bowls. They've just found an opening, and it's also the ultraviolet ballistic moment of the day. Rajbanshi, as always, amongst wickets.
This is a big moment. It's a big wicket. It's that of Binod Bhandari. Into the stumps, and now both openers are back in the pavilion. This momentum could be just what the Bulls needed at this time. Going deep in his crease, nowhere close to the ball. And Lalit Rajbanshi finds the gap. He's batted well, Binod Bhandari, but he goes for 41 off 31. The Royals are 117 for 2.
To fall on the same score of 117. Bit of a mini comeback here for the Bulls. Certainly you can sense that they're feeling the energy now. They looked a little jaded in the field. Harmeet Singh walks out. He's always got a promotion with the bat. He's been a superstar with the ball, but he's not had a great outing. Just 14 runs and a best of 13. Now he can certainly bring out a wide range of shots. Will it be today? He's up against Rajbanshi. It's off the mark as well. Oh, what a lovely chat with the Secretary of the Cricket Association of Nepal, Paras Khatka. He should pride over this moment, Monali. He can savor it. It's been a very, very successful and a runaway hit across the global cricketing globe.
It's been quite a standout here in the Nepal Premier League, and he really is an anchor to all of that. But Brandon McMullen out in the middle, a best of 53. He's got 187 runs so far, not a bad strike rate. But these two batters are now practically starting from zero. And Lalit Rajbanshi, who's been so consistent so far for the Bulls, gets a breakthrough. 1 for 5 in his 2.4 overs. He has bowled well today, Rajbanshi.
All through the tournament, should I say. Nicely using the pace. Good fielding as well. Both the batters are off the mark.
Alize, a little bit earlier, tried to go down the ground, didn't get the distance, and a very well judged catch. And look who it is taking the catch. Lalit Rajabanshi. He's played a good hand so far in this game. 1 wicket, 1 catch, and he's held down that one end. Just the 6 runs coming off of his spell so far.
Yeah, looking to go big over here. Harmeet Singh, he's been sent out with a message. Now he'll push for the second. They'll get a couple of runs here. Another very good over by Rajbanshi. Yeah, he's conceded only 8 runs in his 3 overs so far. 4 runs coming off this, 121 for 2.
आफ्ना हरेक चिन्ताहरू अब हामीलाई छोडिदिनुहोस्। तपाईको भोलिको भरपर्दो साथी सानीमा रिलायन्स लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्स खुलेर जियौ।
DHI Happier Home. Today Sahay.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring the
And when your batting combinations don't click, when you don't get your batters to transition from those starts to get the bigger scores, it's hard. It's really hard for your bowlers. This, the second wicket of Vinod Bhandari. Lalit Rajabanshi bowls a gem. Vinod Bhandari tries to go deep in his crease. It's right through the gap.
Yeah, he kept it slower through the air this time, just closing the face of the bat. Vinod Bhandari playing all over it. Yeah, but he's done his job. What a partnership, 117. Yeah, just picks it between mid-wicket and long gone. Get a couple of runs. Now the Janakpur Bulls have lost 3 games this season and have lost 2 games versus the Royals and 1 versus the Chitwan Rhinos as well. And there he is, Vinod Bhandari. What an innings. He played 41 and 31. 58 in the last game, unbeaten against the same team.
Kind of plays on your mind, doesn't it? You know you've lost to this side twice before. One of them was a big loss, 51 all out with the bat. And surely they're thinking we have to back ourselves today, but it's not been a start that you can back yourself with. The bowling's gone all over the park. They're still going at 9 runs and over. And you feel maybe this is the point in time when they can just pull it back. As this one slapped through the offside. That momentum, they just now need to start to switch to the bold side. But that's if they do the right things and put the pressure on these 2 batters.
And just looking at the cricket they've played in the last couple of days as well, Monali. They played their last league game. We'll take a look at this. Sliced. It was in the air, but wide of the fielder at backward point. Back live. Over the bowler's head. Into the side screen as well. McMullen with long levers. Frees his arms and gets plenty of bat on it. What a way to end over number 14. 12 runs coming off.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
DHI Happier Home. Today Sahay.
Look at those projected scores.
Those are some scary projected scores from a Bolts perspective. Especially when the batting's not clicked.
Yeah, from the Bulls' perspective, it's scary. What about the Royals' perspective, Monali?
See, the Royals have come in with so much confidence here, and why not? They've picked up win after win. They've come in so consistently with bat and ball in every single game, and they've dominated. So you would feel that they're coming in with a sense of confidence. They're playing with that sense of confidence. I mean, you don't have a start the way they have here if you're not confident of the way you are playing.
Absolutely. What a view. Wow. Sight to behold. All this breathtaking as well. Our drone has worked overtime and given us some of the most sensational views. Yeah, he's got a lot of bat on this one. It's more like a no-look shot from Harmeet Singh, and that's out of here as well. That's the Siddharth Bang maximum. He gets the promotion once again, and he repays the fate with a wonderful strike.
Oh, Mohsen, a little too leg side. That's a free hit. Asking to be hit away. And Harmeet Singh's not going to miss many of those. Swinging into the leg side. The fielder might have thought he's in contention for a very short time. And then he watches it sail over his head for a 6.
And out of nowhere, in no time, this partnership is worth 24 and 13 for the third wicket. They've been on a leather hunt. Yeah, we talk about that breathtaking view once again.
Talk about the breathtaking view. Have you been out at all? Every time I've asked you to go and explore, you've said, no, I'm too tired.
I'm just too immersed in the cricket, Monali.
When you're not on the field?
Yeah, I'm just too immersed in the way the game has been played. And yeah, I have gone a couple of places. In fact, I've had the good fortune of seeing some very, very beautiful scenic views as well. There it is. Talk about it. You don't need to go anywhere when a drone is getting you such lovely visuals. That's the beauty of Nepal.
Oh, this is another one. It's another one. Tried to slap it through the offside. And straight into the hands. It's Harmeet Singh again. Cannot go on to get a big score. And Mohsen picks up a wicket to his name.
That a short and wide. He sliced this one. Had 4 written all over, but a very good catch. Not easy. Shermalla there. He had to time the jump to perfection, and he had to catch it ahead of him. Harmeet departs for 14, and this partnership of 26 has been broken. It's 143 for 3 after 15.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
DHI happier home. छुट्टै छ है।
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजो।
To get his hands on the trophy, he's got a big innings to play here and work to do with the ball. And when he captains and fields in the second innings, he joins Brandon McMullen. The risk to throw Harmeet up to number 4, they might think as though it's worked. 14 off 8. As Nishan will return for his 3rd. Beautifully played, but very well fielded as well. And look at Dipender Singh Ari. He jogs too. That's how quick he is. As I welcome HD Ackerman.
In the perfect 15 overs, you would think, for the Royals. That wonderful opening stand. And the risk which some may frown at, me being one of them, when Harmeet Singh walked to the wicket, but he did his job. He came in and had to get on with things or get out. He did. Now the 2 big men at the crease.
I suspect there'll be a roar of anticipation as the Tiger will come on to strike for the first time. This is the wicket. Well bowled Mohammad Mohsen, hidden away a long way outside the off stump, outside the hitting arc, and an excellent catch from a young man who has a big future. I promise you that, Hilton. Hemantami, we barely got to see him this tournament, but he's a fine fast bowler. He comes on as a sub, and he has his moment.
Not an easy catch. And clever from Mosen. The old googly away from the left-hander.
Fast hands will allow Irie to get off the mark. With a couple, he just forces the fumble, forces the error. He wants a third, but McMullen has ended up on his backside. You cannot take your eyes off the entire playing oval when he's out there.
Well, from a fielding perspective, the first job is to get to the ball as quickly as possible. The next job is to get it clean in the hands. But while he's running between the wickets, the outfielder often just looks up a little bit and then and the fumble is more than enough for him to get through for two.
Irie wants two again here, but McMullen says no. There's a giggle, not just between these two sides, going around social media as El Clasico, but between these two men, Irie and Neesham. Remember, when Irie dismissed him in the group stages, out came the somersault, and I can promise you, I'm not going to call Jimmy Neesham an elephant, but he's not forgotten that. As we heard from Paris Kadgar, thanks to all our sponsors, including Ultraviolet. That's the F77, imagined at the intersection of design and technology. Really beautiful bike. I was on the back of one of those this morning. Only way to get here when the traffic's as heavy as it is. Just wonder what might happen if Neesham somehow got Dipendra out here. Bowled him. It's just clipped the bail. It's not Irie, it's not the one he wanted, but it's another big one as Brandon McMullen gets to double figures for the umpteenth time in this tournament and gets out.
Just a length with a little bit of zip, maybe a touch movement back into the right-hander. McMullen's looking to go downtown. And Neesham has one. That's a very big wicket at a critical stage in the match. Because if this man had batted through, well, 200 is definitely on the cards. He goes for 14. Maybe, just maybe, the Bolts are scrapping back. 149 for 4.
उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
अरे यो जित्ने दाग यो निकाल्न इजी. सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जित्ने दाग निकाल्न सक्छ. सर्फ एक्सेल इजी wash.
Arjun Gartree. Scotty Kugelheim might have had a laundry error. He's ended up with the wrong shirt in his back. In he comes, promoted up the order, ahead of Isham Pandey. Thought they might have gone left hand, right hand, particularly with Raj Banshi having one left. Instead, they've gone for power. Because it's two right-handers, Raj Banshi will now be called upon to bowl his fourth and final. Amazing to think of his bowling figures as the 150 comes up against the carnage of the rest of them, HT.
They're 1 for 9. That single bringing up the 150. I am a little bit surprised about Ishpandi not coming in here. Forget the left hand, well, not forget the left hand, right hand combination is a very good point. But the fact that Dipendra Singh Irie at the beginning of his innings relies heavily on between the wickets running, quick stuff, quick signals. I'm not sure he's going to get the same response from Kugelheim as he would from Pandey. But Kugelheim is sent in all out attack.
Gets off the mark immediately. This was a good piece of bowling, wasn't it, from Jimmy Nish in the final ball of the previous over. Just the one bail it kissed.
Yeah, hard length. Hard length. Sometimes the old test length is still the best. Not all the time though, because you could disappear over mid-wicket. But on that occasion, perfect.
Shot you don't see too often from Dipender Singh Iree, purely because of where the fielders are. And no doubt that Iree wants 3. He's almost willing Kuggelein to come with him. And he does just about get there. And Sharmala holds his arm after the throw.
It's a shot that can be utilised just to manipulate the field to the way you want it to be set as a batter. So you play the little lap. Now what inevitably happens is they can bring the deep square leg finer, or they move someone across from the offside into that position at short 45, and it just opens up another scoring area for you.
Good check of the stroke from Kuggelein because he didn't get there. Yeah, I spoke to Scott Kuggelein about one of the more controversial aspects or incidents that we've seen in the tournament when Ishan Pandey was retired, and he actually said he felt really bad about it. And then he watched back the coverage and he said, I know you and HD were spraying me to the heavens and I deserved it because I don't know whether it was the right thing to do. They asked me to go in and have a wind, and then I just couldn't get a hold of one. Ended up, I think, with 3 or 4 or something like that. And that was Ishan Pandey being retired out.
Well, it certainly never blamed Scott Kuggelein for going in. He didn't grab the coach by the scruff of the neck and say, send me in. Right, when he came down the wicket the last time to those Muncie, I actually think he just cramped himself a little bit for room. He wants a little bit of freedom to be able to swing those arms through the ball. This is a big delivery here.
Quite beautifully bowled. The tournament's leading wicket taker for a reason has finished maybe his best 4-over set of the tournament. 1 for 15 for him. It's 156 for 4.
DHI happier home. Thirty sahi. Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Bismalajan Shinwari just said, can we just go upstairs just in case? Front foot's absolutely fine, nothing wrong with that. And I also think at the other end, I'm not even sure who appealed. Keep your eyes on Malanta here. Be interesting to see if there was an appeal. But absolutely fine, so Shinwari just wanted to double check. Not out will be the umpire decision pending decision on screen. 18 balls left. Tiger at the crease. What can they get to? Neesham wants his wicket. Hammered away. Protection out there. Well placed deep backward point.
It is quite difficult now, isn't it, for the square leg umpire, because they don't stand in line with that popping crease anymore because of the run-out camera. Years and years ago, they used to stand directly in line and they would have to make that decision. Now they've almost got to get out of the path. So when there is an appeal, you can almost understand them going upstairs.
Yeah, that's to avoid blocking off our cameras to give the best possible chance of the correct decision. There's Rashid Riaz, definitely a couple of yards behind square, isn't he? I just didn't see an appeal. That's why I was surprised they went up to the third umpire. You need an appeal, remember? Into the slot, one Kiwi to the other. Kuggelein gets a good piece of it, but he'll feel as though he's missed out there.
He's going to think, come on, Scott, you need a boundary here, otherwise this fella's going to run you ragged.
We were looking at that replay of them running the three. That was defender Singari, not even in second gear. He was trotting. Kugelheim was all out to sprint back for three. Little bit of a tortoise and hare situation out there, the two batters. Royals are still on top here, but the Bolts are just gradually clawing their way back into this contest. It does look a good surface.
It does. And what you don't want to do, and Kugelheim's very aware of that, especially after the conversation he's had with you, is that he doesn't want to just swing and miss. He still wants to be scoring. Sometimes that can happen when you elevate a big hitter up the order, is they can spend their innings swinging and missing. It can cost the side. He can strike him though, can Kugelheim?
Goes straight down the ground. A little unorthodox because he has to extend almost out of his shape, but he gets a good piece of it. Mid-off's up in the circle. One bounce four.
It is the adjustment to the stroke that makes it such a good one, because it's pace taken off and he has to just wait ever so slightly, and the opening of the face at point of contact is critical to the end result.
Every batter there, their natural instinct will be to bring the bottom hand through to close the face and often lose their shape. Somehow it was a touch unorthodox. He got it straight enough to get four. This time the bottom hand does come through. It splits the gap. It's four more. Nisham cannot quite believe what his Kiwi colleagues done to him. Two big balls there, two big boundaries.
And even 12 of 7 would suggest that the risk to elevate Kugelheim up the order has been a success, because at this stage of an innings, when you're striking it at 171, you're doing your job.
His job now may be to go 2-4-6. I really would quite like the strike in the 19th, I feel. Instead it will be a dot. We will get the strike. Nisham will finish with 1 for 44. It's 1-6-7 for 4.
क्रिकेटमा जितको मजा र फोनमा टेक्नोको मजा कसैले बिट गर्न सक्दैन, बिकज टेक्नो प्रोभाइड्स बेस्ट क्वालिटी, बेस्ट सर्भिस एन्ड बेस्ट सिग्नल। टेक्नो स्मार्टफोन रोजी बनाउनुहोस् आफ्नो टुरिस्ट मोबाइल।
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौँ।
DHI Happier Home.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
I think we're about to see something happen. Yes, we are. It's the big one. The Tiger falls to one of the bowlers of the tournament. Certainly the one who stood out the most with his wrist spin. It's Mohamed Mohsen.
Just didn't get it fine enough. He uses those wrists so beautifully, does Dipendra Singh Airi. But unfortunately, this time he picks out the man at deep square leg. It is that subfielder dummy once more who takes the catch in the deep. He's enjoying his day out. The captain goes for 9, 167 for 5.
Shake to the crease. Big LBW shouts. Brave bowling your wrist spinner in the 19th, but how well has Mohammed Mohsin responded? Marvellous catch held by the subfielder Hemant Dami, who's on for Shub Kansakar. Let's hope he's okay to bat. They'll need him with the bat and the bolts. So Googly not picked again, and once more it's Dami in action.
It's such a good tournament, Mohammed Mohsin. He's difficult to pick when he bowls that wrong, and that was the leg spin, and it was just the bounce because of how tall he is that led to the thick outside edge going all the way to square leg.
Well, somewhere right now in Birgunj, in the Sheikh household, Mr. Sheikh and Mrs. Sheikh are having a very difficult time as to know who to cheer on. Arif posted last night, house divided, heart united. As Arif goes into the sky, deep mid-wicket out there. It's another one. It's Mohsin again. Rajbanshi takes the catch. The bolts bouncing back into this contest.
Innings just starting to falter. Just starting to falter. Not easy to walk in and be expected to hit the ball out the ground from the word go. But Arif perishes in the cause, looking for quick runs. 169 for 6.
Rishan Pandey, the young left-hander, has had a fine tournament. I know he's impressed many, the way in which he's played. May naturally be a little bit more suited to the ODI game, but he certainly has played his role for the Royals, who had such a brilliant campaign. I just question the decision to send not just Arif Sheikh, but also Scott Kugelheim in ahead of him, particularly when Rajbanshi and Mohsin had overs left. This goes over the offside, another fielder there, but Nisham, I think he's misjudged it completely. It could have been 2 and 2 to close out the over, instead it's a boundary for Pandey. It's 173 for 6.
Superlight gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. On Superlight gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Banking sector ma पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ बैंकले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौँ.
Ball just keeps going away from him, to be fair. There's a bit of slice on it. Kugelheim has the strike for the final over.
Another. They're tumbling like a pack of cards here. And Kishore Mahato continues his fine tournament with the big wicket of Scott Kugelheim.
He crowds his stumps, Scott Kugelheim, and I almost think he'd be better off if he didn't, because that was right in the hitting zone if he stood on middle or middle and leg. Well, done the job. Mahato bowls it straight and says, if you miss, I'll hit. Kugelheim's 13 off 10. The Royals, they might get bundled out here. 173 for 7.
Probably couldn't hear each other. The end result will be 6. Let's hope the two fielders are all right. So difficult to communicate in this cauldron of noise. Straight down the ground. Yours, mine.
Mine. Who's taking it? In the end, no one. It looks as though...
As I glance out the window here.
Rajbanji and Tripathi, they both...
Okay. Particularly with Lalit Rajbanshi, because he has had 2 shocking injuries that he's come back from. A knee injury that was potentially career-ending. It was MCL, it was ACL, and meniscus all at the same time. And then the broken collarbone less than 12 months ago too. His fielding has improved so much. Always gives 100%. I'm just so glad that both he and Tripathi are okay. Big man.
Holds on to a good catch.
Have a look at this.
Too full.
He's missed out here. He's missed out.
To the crease. What the second they're not going to take it. The last 30 deliveries alone, HD. 39 runs and 6 wickets. You can understand
Take it. The last 30 deliveries alone, HD.
because when you have such a good
39 runs and 6 wickets.
You can understand the manner in which they've gone about trying to post this total, because when you have such a good platform to work with, you're going to come in all guns blazing, and that's what virtually every batter has done. And in the process, they've lost an enormous amount of wickets, but they are posting something very significant in a final here. This fella has 4 of just 1 ball. Underused, maybe.
They'll probably try to run the second. They've got nothing to lose in doing so. Oh, he's dropped it. They might run a third here because the bails are up. Chaos again. 2 runs to the total and the wicket, the run out at the non-striker's end. That's it, who's gone. Oh, cricket in Nepal. You can never take your eyes off it. You can never predict it. You just never know what will happen next. One thing's for certain though, the Sujitraj Royals, they posted 184 for 9 in the grand final.
This had to be one. I mean, they hadn't even turned when he started to throw the ball. Oh, the keeper has made such a hash of that. Milanta. It should have been 1. They get 2. The Bolts, they've got something to do.
It's a completely different game from the qualifier too, but there's shades of it, isn't there? That was a low-scoring classic. Are we now in for a high-scoring classic? Because the Sujitraj Royals have posted one of the highest totals of the tournament, being being honest, they should have got to 200. They should have been the first team to do that in this first season of the MPL. And it was a flying start, led by Saif Zaib, who played so well for his 69 off 43. Big word too for Bilal Bandari with 41 off 31, continuing his excellent tournament. The rest, though, only bits and pieces.
Well, the critical thing there's only one batter in Arif Sheikh who is less than a run a ball. Otherwise, everyone else is more than a run a ball. Major Partnership was the one right at the top, 117 of just 74 deliveries. It set the platform. The rest came in. Well, they played like millionaires. They had to play like millionaires because 200 was on the cards. They only end with 184. Still a good one.
For me, all a bit too chaotic. A little bit of panic set in. I know 184 they'd have taken at the start of the day without doubt, but I think they could and maybe should have got more. But a special mention for the 2-3 wicket haul.
तिमीलाई गुलाब साह्रै मन पर्छ है अनि चन्दनको सुगन्धले मनलाई शान्त र पवित्र बनाउँछ
गल्ती गुलाब चन्दन पूजा अगरबत्ती
शिक्षा र खेलकुदका माध्यमले विश्वमा जित्न चिनिँदैछ मेरो सिटी अफ क्रिकेट धनगढी अनि यो सहर चिनाउन अगुवाई गर्ने मेरो कलेज मेरो एसपीए कलेज मेरो गौरव
सिद्धार्थ एसआईपीमा लगानी किन गर्ने आफ्नो बच्चाको उज्जवल भविष्यको लागि आनन्दसँग रिटायरमेन्ट बिताउनको लागि आफ्नो सपनाको घर
अहिलेको हो यी कति है
लङ टर्ममा धेरै फाइदा पाउनको लागि त्यसैले सिद्धार्थ एसआईपीमा हरेक महिना सानो सानो लगानी गरी लङ टर्ममा धेरै फाइदा पाउनु सिद्धार्थ एसआईपी आज एसआईपी भोलि भिआईपी
आयामी गरेको पैसा सजिलै प्राप्त गरौँ सुपर क्वालिटीमा
Legends rise to greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
And the winner of Miss Nepal World 2023 is Miss DHI, Sricha Pradhan.
नमस्कार म मिस नेपाल र मिस DHI सृजा प्रधान मेरो यो जितको खुसीमा मलाई साथ दिने DHI ले हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी ल्याउनेछ Wishing you all a happier home.
DHI, happier home. छुट्टै छ है
अब इन्डिया रोमिङ झनै सजिलो इन्डियामा हुँदा इन्डियन लोकल नम्बरमा कल मात्र ₹8.88 प्रति मिनेट बेस्ट बोनर रोमिङ प्याक 100 देखि सुरु डाउनलोड एन्सर एप नाउ or dial *123#. Insta for a complete home.
प्लेयर यो टुर्नामेन्टको को हुन्छ भन्ने कुराहरूलाई हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामीले तीनैवटा पक्षमा